Welcome back, everybody. On today's show, we spy Cadillac's next super sedan, Lamborghini builds a boat, and BMW teases the next M3. Plus, we talk racing with NASCAR driver Landon Cassill. I'm Tiffany Stone, and this is Hagerty's Daily Driver. Let's buckle up. First up, Hagerty spy photographers caught a Cadillac CT4-V Blackwing testing on the Milford Proving Grounds. Now, if you guessed it would have an amazing Blackwing V8, you'd be wrong and you'd owe me some money. For some reason, they ditched this engine but decided to keep the name. Great work, Cadillac. Thumbs up to you. The Blackwing will become the top spec of the CT4 lineup, sort of like a Cadillac AMG Black Series. It will have a different front fascia, more air vents, and a trunk spoiler you could literally eat off of. Now, the engine will also be a step up from the turbocharged 4-cylinder that comes in the CT4-V. Although Cadillac hasn't disclosed any of the powertrain details yet, our money is on the twin-turbo V6 from the ATS-V. Now, rumor has it could come in a manual, which almost makes up for losing the Blackwing V8. I said almost. You could read more about this car on Hagerty.com/media or click the link in the description. Now, moving on, do you have a yacht and a supercar, but you wish you could drive both at the same time? Well, now you can. Introducing the Technomar for Lamborghini 63, a motor yacht meant to pay homage to the Lamborghini Scion, a hybrid super sports car. This waterproof bowl uses lightweight materials, a hexagonal style trim inside and out, and 2 V12 engines. Now, with 4,000 total horsepower, this is the fastest yacht in the Technomar fleet. But the engines aren't built by Lamborghini, which leads me to question, if the engine isn't made by the car company, why bring the car into it at all? Mercedes has a yacht. Aston Martin has a yacht. Even Lexus has a yacht. Are fast yachts not cool enough on their own? Now they have to be cars? Let us know in the comments what you think. And lastly, remember that Cadillac we were talking about like 2 minutes ago? Bad news, Cadillac, because BMW just announced the 2021 M3 will have a new trick up its sleeve: all-wheel drive. Now, BMW released this video giving us some insight into the development process of the next M3.
Here at the Nurburgring, we drive many laps on the Nordschleife.
The video shows you the route BMW uses to tune their dampers and gives you an exciting ride around the Nurburgring. Sending power to all 4 wheels helps it grip snowy roads, but the real advantage is going to be in the 0 to 60 game. This is the first time that BMW has offered the M3 with the all-wheel drive X-Drive system, though it will be an optional feature. And while the all-wheel drive is optional, the manual transmission is standard. Unfortunately, the camo makes it look like BMW's old-style kidney grille, but we'll have to assume it has whatever this is. And coming up, Landon Cassill is a NASCAR driver competing in the Xfinity Series who is also a big player in e-racing. We're going to talk to him about what it's like to have a foot on both pedals. But first,
This is your life and you're the only one who's living it. Well, let's go, let's live, let's love every mile. The only way to travel is Cadillac style. Cadillac, Cadillac, Cadillac style.
welcome Landon to the show. It's so great to see you here. That smile says everything, and I love where you're sitting at right now. What is this whole area that you're in?
Yeah, this is my streaming setup. So this is where I do all my iRacing and all my streaming, and this is kind of like Command Central. So I like to show it off when I'm talking to folks like you.
I really like it. I feel like that chair should be my setup for my chair. But a big congratulations to you. You just had the Firecracker 200, a series that you created with Parker Kligerman. That was this weekend. And now tonight is the Firecracker 400. Walk us through that, your involvement, how it started, and where you've seen iRacing go with our little time off.
Yeah, so really it was a kind of a vision of Parker and mine to just put on a huge event on iRacing. We wanted to promote as big of an event as possible. We really wanted to capture the nostalgia and the history around an iconic NASCAR event that, you know, built was part of building the foundation for our sport. So when iRacing recently released the 1987 era Cup cars, we figured the Firecracker 400 Daytona in July would be a perfect event to do that. So we built a race format that was kind of like a tournament bracket, but for motorsports, where we were able to start with 344 competitors. And we hit that number. We registered 344 drivers. We actually had to turn a lot of drivers away. And we narrowed the field down through 3 stages, went from a prelim race stage, which was held 2 weeks ago. Last week, we had 2 rounds of qualifying that was just like the old second round qualifying that they used to do back in the 80s. And then we had a Firecracker 200 for the drivers that didn't make the field, a support race. And then tonight, like you said, it's the 400-mile Firecracker 400. It's a star-studded event. We've got Dale Earnhardt Jr. in the field, William Byron, and a bunch of eNASCAR drivers.
Talking about that, have you seen a lot of crossover drivers come from different forms of motorsport when, like I said, we had this time off, and who've done a lot of iRacing? I've seen, Ron Capps, Travis Pastrana, a lot of them have come over. What have you seen from the NASCAR side?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. It's a lot of it comes from just how high quality of a simulation the iRacing platform is. I mean, the cars are very realistic. They drive really well. The tracks and the visual and the bumps on the tracks are a very good representation of what we race on in real life. You don't have the forces on your body. You don't have, the physical risk of driving a race car, but you can learn a lot from iRacing, and it's a lot of fun. I mean, there's a very realistic sort of career structure to it in terms of your I rating and your skill levels. So that's why drivers like William Byron, who driving for Hendrick Motorsports in the NASCAR Cup Series, he's very serious on iRacing, and he qualified in the top 15 for our race tonight. Dale Earnhardt Jr., like I said, huge original proponent of iRacing, will be in our field tonight. Ron Capps made an attempt at the race. You mentioned Travis Pastrana. Him and I are in a Monday night league that we race together called the LCQ League. A bunch of other IndyCar drivers like Connor Daly, Alexander Rossi. And so there's a lot of fun on the platform, and a lot of it was really amplified through the quarantine, through the NASCAR and iRacing Pro Invitational Series, where we raced on iRacing on network television.
That's awesome. I don't know what to say. You and Travis started a last chance qualifier little league with everybody together. That is so amazing. And like you said, so many different crossovers coming over. What do you think this is going to do for the future of NASCAR in general? Are more people going to be able to say, hey, I want to do iRacing, but hey, maybe I could make NASCAR a career?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, Travis, Travis says that that's a lot of fun. Like, I didn't start it, actually. I was just invited to the league. It's kind of like a big fraternity now. It's turned into this big, long group message where we send a bunch of funny pictures to each other, and then we get together on Monday nights and we iRace, and it's super laid back and a lot of fun. And I think that's what iRacing can be for motorsports, is anything from, something that's a lot of fun where there's unique content. We race odd cars on weird tracks. We're racing dirt sprint cars one week, and then NASCAR style cup cars and open wheel cars. But then you can have big serious events like the Firecracker 400. I mean, it took us 3 weeks to get through this event. We've after tonight, we'll have almost 20 hours worth of live broadcast that we shot for this event. And there's a storyline along the way, and there's a prize purse. It's over $12,000 for these drivers. And then we're doing everything we can to really build up their star power. So we made hero cards for every driver and a spotter guide, and we're promoting it on social media and doing a lot of promotion for it to just try to make a big event, because I think that iRacing can really be a digital version of grassroots racing. It can provide a lot of fun for people that just need to get a racing fix. It can be a training platform for young drivers that need to learn the fundamentals of motorsports, that can have that Monday through Thursday tuning of their skills that complement what they're doing in the real world on the weekend. And I mean, I think it can be a self-sufficient motorsports ecosystem in itself. The Firecracker has real sponsorship. There's real viewership. And I think it's worth something, events like this are worth the investment for companies to try to capture an audience.
No, you're absolutely right. Well, I just want to leave it on here. Happy early birthday to you. I know your birthday is next week in a few, so happy early birthday to you. I know we're going to have a lot of viewers who want to watch the Firecracker 400. Where could they do that tonight?
Yeah, so you could do it on my Twitch, twitch.tv/Landon Castle, LandonCassill. And then we've got it on Facebook as well. So it's on the E-Racer Facebook, ERACR _GG is our social account. So iRacing is actually going to be cross-posting it on their Facebook. So it's going to be all over social media. If you follow my social media channels, me on Twitter, if you can find Parker Kligerman on Twitter, he's my partner in this whole deal. We're the promoters together. It'll be all over, but we're broadcasting the race at 8 o'clock Eastern. We have a pre-race show at 7:45, but the cars roll off the grid shortly after 8 o'clock.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, Landon. I'm excited. I can't wait to watch this. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck for everybody in the Firecracker 400.
Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, everybody, for watching. If you'd like some more automotive news for the rest of the week, tune in tomorrow to Hagerty's Daily Driver. Keep driving.